there's this speculations that is actually going around, in some quarters that Michael Carrick is not actually fit to lead this Manchester United side. Should because the contract that he has with the club is to start the ship towards the end of the season. Then at the end of the season, there's an arrangement to look for a new manager. But of course, there've been speculations in recent times that he's not actually fit to lead Manchester United. There's some quarters actually that he's not fit to lead Manchester United for 2026-2027 season. But sometimes when we look at situations. I think, to be fair enough, I would say to a large extent that we've been really, really ungrateful to Michael Carrick, if you permit me, so to speak, with no fear of evil whatsoever. This was a team that was actually crumbling. We must tell ourselves the truth. Before he took charge of this team, of course, he wasn't that world class coach, if you permit me, so to speak. He hasn't actually brought the Champions League as a manager. He has not actually won the Premier League as well. For you to say, okay, he was actually brought in on a short term basis because of his reputation. But of course, he's been in the club for quite some time, and I can tell you to a large extent, the fortunes of this team has tremendously changed. And for me, I think it's an opportunity to actually give the man the opportunity to prove himself. Because if you do not give a man a proper contract, perhaps let's say 6 months contract, and then because he's not actually settled, because his future is not guaranteed, and then he can give you this kind of result. I think it's an opportunity to actually test him to see what he can do as a manager. Of course, he might not have won the championship, or might not have promoted Middlesbrough into the Premier League, but I think what he's done, since he took charge of this Manchester United side is nothing short of outstanding. He's played 6 games since he took charge of this team, recorded just one draw. Within that period, he played against Arsenal, he played against Manchester City, he recorded victories against these teams. And I can tell you that if there's still any doubt about this man taking charge of this team, I think the management of Manchester United should actually, you know, take a closer look at his competence as far as this team is concerned. I recall when Zinedine Zidane won trebles in the Champions League between 2017, 18, I think 16, 17, and 18, when he won 3 Champions League in a row. He did very, very poorly as far as the Real Madrid Casilla was concerned. As a matter of fact, he almost relegated the team. So the management of Real Madrid decided that, okay, we don't have a manager at the moment, so finish the season, then let's see what happens. Then we'll get a new manager. Then he came into the team, he completely transformed the team. And today Zinedine Zidane is undoubtedly one of the best coaches as far as the Galacticos is concerned. I do not see any reason why whatsoever Michael Carrick should not be given a real opportunity to prove himself. He's actually gotten to the Champions League spot for Manchester United at the moment. They are currently occupying the third spot as we speak, on goals different against Aston Villa. But I think if we give this man a proper contract for 2026-2027 season, he's got what it takes to actually put this team back to where it truly belongs as far as European and domestic football is concerned.